guys. Welcome back, guys. Man, it is a chilly, chilly day here in the Midwest. Hold on, guys. We need to find what's going on here. Says I was live. All right. Countdown. Countdown. Countdown to live. All right, Twitch, we'll turn you on. Hey, Twitch, we're turning you on. There we go. There you go. And here's YouTube. Hiya, YouTube. How we doing today, everybody? How are we doing? Let's do Twitch up here. Okay, everything looks good, sounds good. How we sounding? How we sounding? All right, we're working on this illustration. This is gonna be the cover. Why I got all this garbage over here? Got all the garbage over here. Okay. It's garbage. We're gonna need that just in case. Hey, Pre, how's it going? Welcome, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a great day. Um, oh, we was there with Dondrell to the end. Well, we'll find something else to listen to. You having an absolutely great day. That's good to hear. I hope it's a lot warmer where you're at than it is where I'm at. 'Cause it's freezing here. It's kind of gray outside. I was out there with the dog. She's freezing her paws off, just trying to use the bathroom. Oh yeah. So we're working on this cover art. Gotta pay the bills. Gotta pay the bills. Um, I don't think. Well, I'll keep this little thing up just in case. No, it's this one I wanted to move up a little bit. Oh dang, yeah, you're in Florida. I mean, even cool for you would be like a nice summer day here. I can't stand the cold, kills my joints. Yeah. I've been dealing with this my whole entire life, so I'm just like, whatever. But I've been to Florida one time. Like what was it called? Lakeland. I have some family that lives there. But I've never gone and actually visited them, but um yeah, well, we tell ourselves we get used to it because you deal with it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. After, like, a month, you're over it. Yeah, Orlando, I think, like, yeah, like, in the middle of the state or something like that. That's the only place I've been in Florida. And it was just there for, like, a day, and then, we were helping a friend move some of her childhood stuff from her grandparents' house back up to Minnesota. So that was like a that was an interesting road trip. Florentina Crawford, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. We're just chit-chatting before I try to start um work back up on this cover art here. But what I need to figure out is the darn brush that I used to do this skin tone or not skin, but the light gray. So I'm glad they don't have a ton of brushes up in here, but I just don't remember because this was like almost a year ago. No, not even a year. It's been like, whoops, why did I pop out of that? It's been like, when did I finish it? Like July, the end of June, I think it was. I hate when I forget which brushes I use. Yeah, especially when you're trying to do something uh like this is like a series, I guess gonna be like a series. I don't know how many books they plan on doing in this line, but this one's the second. So I just signed the contract to do the next book, and we haven't even finished the first one yet. So this little teeny bit here, that's this was the cover art for for the first book, which hasn't even been released yet. And I don't even remember. I'm trying to like go back and think how I put it all together. So I want it to be pretty consistent, and I need to be better at organizing my projects. So I should have like a template uh, built for this particular or these particular projects, like in this line of books. So far I've done two books with another author, and then there's gonna these two books so far with a different author. So I need to make sure I create these templates so when I if I do more work with that particular author and their characters, I need to stay consistent. Is this my art style or is this the way they wanted it? This is kind of how I do things, but I don't have a style. I do all kinds of I do all kinds of different types of art. I've done like photorealism, like paint, like actual paintings, like with paint, like actual materials. I don't really do too much digital other than like this stuff so far and maybe logos or I have been doing some digital painting for myself, but I feel like I use the digital painting to uh, figure out images that I want to paint IRL with actual paint materials because that's like my real love is painting like acrylics or oils or whatever kind of paint, just painting because I love using the materials. But I've also been doing digital art since I was like a preteen. Ever since my parents got the very first Macintosh back in 1985. I don't know if it was well, yeah, because me and my brother were swimming for the Boys and Girls Club, and they got the computer, and we would do swim meets. And I think the Boys and Girls Club was hosting a swim meet for the other teams, and uh, my mom did the schedule, like the little scheduling. I can't remember the meet schedule for all the races and stuff. She did all that on the that Macintosh. That's crazy. But I used to draw and do little animations. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just like I like creating, so like yeah. For this type of stuff, illustration work, you're trying to do like, you're trying to satisfy the client, make them happy or else they'll just find somebody else. And if you can't do it, then maybe they should go find somebody else cuz like if you've been doing this for a while and you have your particular way of doing something and they see it and then they choose you, but then you start doing work and they're like, "Well, this is not really what I'm looking for. Can you do it this way?" And you keep trying to change what you do when they initiated it by seeing your artwork and that's what they wanted, like, I don't know, that don't make sense to me, like, go find somebody that, is gonna do the art that you want. Why did you pick me? Like, you saw what I did. Like, I'm not gonna just switch up my how I do things and try to, like, stress myself out trying to make this particular person happy. Maybe you just need to find somebody else. It's not for me, like, I mean, I could do different things, but, like, if it's not working, it's not working. Maybe I'm not the artist for this particular project. Like, I don't need that stress, but, you know, I give it a go, and, I mean, they approved this cover, so this is already they're already pushing the book. They're just needing the finished, spreads so that they can organize it and send the book to print, and it's like, kids' books are kind of a dime a dozen, but I just wanna I just wanna do the best that I can do. I'm not trying to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the top kids' book illustrator in the entire world." No, I'm just gonna do the best that I can do in that moment, and hopefully that works for them. Because I ain't trying to stress myself out. I'm not trying to be kids' book illustrator, um, only. I still do my art. Yeah, that's the challenge of being a commission artist, I guess. Yeah, something's gotta pay the bills because, like, there's only so much room for, like, a Damien Hirst or, uh, I don't know, who else is, like, still somewhat relevant in the art world today? Like, even Andy Warhol, like, he wasn't accepted right away. Like, they're like, "Oh, dude, you're like an illustrator. You do ads and shit." And he wanted to be a fine artist. Oh, okay. I mean, there's there's always room for everybody. There's always something for somebody. People coming up and um, images. There's always gonna be work for images, illustrators, people that make images, whether it's for textbooks, uh, diagrams and stuff, or whatever, for videos, so there's not a lack for, I think, work for people. And if you don't think what you do, there isn't a spot for you, uh, like, you probably not putting forth enough effort to find it or just do it. If it's not there, you gotta create it. I'm trying to get into where oh, you already said that. I thought there was another message. Yeah. I mean, we can't s as creators, we can't sit back and wait for somebody to, like, bring us the work. I mean, it'll happen, but if it's not happening in the moment, you gotta make it. You gotta start finding the people or whomever that need you, and you can't just when you're starting out, when you're a beginner, when you're, like, trying to get your foot in the door, you can't be turning down jobs like you're the top illustrator and everybody wants you. Nobody knows who you are when you're starting out. Like, I wouldn't even I guess I don't even think of myself as like mid-career because I've only been doing this for a couple years now. So I still think I'm a noob at this, but I was able to get my foot in the door just because uh, somebody else, they knew I did artwork, and they were like, "Oh, so and so does art," to another person, and this person was like, "Oh, I have this dream of doing a kids book," and so they kind of connected us, and they liked my artwork, and so I ran with it. I gave it a shot, and we did the first book, and then they were like, "Oh, well, we have plans to do two more," and so we ended up doing a second book. So, like, I guess you could say this is probably going into my third. Well, I'm well into my third year. So, but yep, two published books with my illustrations in it. That's it. I mean, I've done other stuff in the past, but as far as like illustration work, I haven't done a ton of it. Yeah, that's all it takes is like if you don't put in the work, it's not gonna happen. And you can't give up. You can't get all bummed out because oh, this wasn't that successful. Thank you, Pre. I appreciate it. Yeah. You says your mom is a family counselor, so have a door. You have an in. Just got to keep doing the work. I think I'll have to get certified in some type of counseling. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if that's the thing you want to do, you do whatever you have to do to make it happen. That means, you know, taking counsel classes for counseling, and yeah, I mean, it sounds like right up your alley, man. Like, but yeah, we just can't give up. Like, I had a, f- I have a friend who who's a musician. I guess you can call him a musician, but he likes to make music and stuff. But he told me one time, he was like, "Man, if I don't make it in like 2 years, I'm done." I'm like, "Dude, what? That's crazy." Because if you love this thing, you would never give up ever, even if you're at your lowest. Like nobody cares, nobody wants to buy your music, whatever. You gotta love what you're doing, and if you don't, then yeah, yeah, you're just limiting yourself. Like that's crazy to say. If I did that, I'd have been a long time ago. And I've been painting and making art, well, painting since I was 18. Now I'm 52. I've been doing it over 30 some years. If I would have told myself if I didn't make it after 2 years, you're not even getting on your feet probably until after about 5 years. Like you're just a little noob grub in the industry. Maybe not even in the industry yet. Like you're just fresh out of school or you're just going to school. Like, and to tell yourself, like, nah, I'm done after 2 years. Like, man, it'll take about 5 years before people start seeing you. You can do all the marketing and stuff, social media stuff, all you want. Still doesn't mean people are gonna see you. So you can't give up. You just gotta keep pushing. Like, that's why I like watching Don Drell's streams. He gets me hyped, man. I'm already hyped enough, but he gets me even more hyped. Like I'll do this stuff either way. Like nobody paying attention to me or all eyes on me. I'll just be doing it. And I'd rather not have all eyes on me. I'd rather do this and be able to help people along the way to also be able to do what they want to do, if this is kind of what they want to do. But like I said, I was pretty fortunate to be able to get into this position. And I'm not saying this is it, I'm set. This is all I'm gonna do. No. I can see how I can see why Don Drill doesn't sometimes get much art making done in his streams. It's hard to talk and also focus on your art at the same time. Yeah, he is very, I mean, all his experiences that he's had came together to make him who he is. He's nobody else. That's why that's why I feel bad when I hear him talk about um people comparing him to Jean Michel. And it's like, y'all have no idea, like no idea. If anything, his work looks more like George Canto than Jean Michel. Like you should be saying, "Hey, you look like your stuff looks like George Condo than John Michelle." Like this stuff looks nothing like John Michelle's. Hell yeah, he's his own person. Like people they just wanna make these little remarks, thinking they're making some kind of connection with you by making comparisons, and it's like you better know the person before you start doing that, because you might be offending them instead of thinking you're complimenting them. Or yeah, uh, it reminds me of Picasso. Like all kinds of you can say anything reminds you of something else. Those are the people that aren't really trying to make aren't trying to make a connection. They just want to say something in passing and then keep on going. They don't care. Where am I at right here? But yeah, Pre, have you been doing uh much illustration, like, as far as, like I don't even wanna say professionally, but just because I see your stuff and, like, you could totally be out there, but I could see if you want I to keep refining yourself or learning or growing in that way and not trying to, end up in a particular, like, lane, like you said, limiting yourself. Cause man, I had no clue when I was in high school. I had no clue. It wasn't until after I graduated. I knew I liked art and I would always take art classes because I knew it was an easy A. Just because, I mean, if you just did something, you would get a passing grade. But if you didn't bother to do anything, you weren't getting shit. But yeah, it wasn't until after high school, and I would did not plan on going to college at all. I was just like, I'm getting a job, I'm working, and I'm gonna skateboard and do my art. Just skate and do my art. And that's what I did. And I would see all these other artists like uh in the magazines or like in videos, like street art and shit like that. I'm like, these motherfuckers, how are they doing it? And I was like, man, I just told myself, don't fucking give up. Don't don't pack it up, throw the towel in, you know, just keep doing your thing because I mean, ultimately you do it because you love to do it. even if at times it could be the most stressful thing. You're trying to get something done, or you're trying to do a show, you're trying to get pieces together, just anything. What the hell am I trying to do? uh Dondra makes it look so easy talking. Hey, Sabrina's Suburban Garden, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I've been working on what I'm trying to do with my extended family. So I've been doing an inner child healing series, showing people they've always been on the right track. So are you utilizing your art abilities to do that? Or is this something completely different aside from your art? Man, what am I doing? Okay, I know what I was doing. I'm just gonna make sure we got a decent brush and push this. Come on, yo. Oh, I know what's going on. It's this, right? Oh, oh, you know what? That was the raw brush. Let me do this real quick though before I start trying to um come on. Oh, nice. So are you doing your own stuff like um pamphlets or little books? Are you working with some people? Like I like just did one of a deeper understanding of me and my grandfather relationship. Was that your own thing then? Not for like material for counseling? I think, yeah. I mean, doing art for yourself is good because that's where you really start to learn about who you are and your relationship with others and the world. Because some people go like they do art more for an external reason, and then I feel like are the ones that get stuck easily. Like they have um, creative blocks because they don't really know themselves. They were just doing art for an external reason versus like trying to like doing art to find out like who you are as a person and your relationship with the world. I don't know if that makes any sense. What the hell? It's both. Okay. That's where it's the best. Like it's for yourself and it might help somebody else who might be experiencing some similar things or wanting to understand themselves and how they relate to the world. Oh shoot. All right, yo. Come on. Well, Twitch ain't got nothing to say. Okay. I got my color, right? I really don't think that was the right brush. All right, we're trying to figure out this brush situation. I think it might have been not a scratchy pencil. Oh, maybe. No, I know what it was. I know what it was. It was charcoal mix, Conte crayon, soft chalk. Yeah, I think it was this one. Let's go bigger. Oops. Why does that at a larger point size look different? Yeah, I think it was that. All right. Let's lasso all that beach race. Yeah, I turned you off. It's you was no. Well, Pre, I wish and hope for much success for you in doing what you want to do. It's an art form I can't really describe. You have to experience it. Yeah, I totally get that. People will be asking, like, so what do you do? Um, oh man, I don't have my elevator pitch. I just do it. I know what I do. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up another friend of ours who's live streaming. Yeah, I've seen your stuff, man. Jeez, you'd totally be illustrating all kinds of stuff. I know it takes time though. That's the only thing is like this is why a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I gotta utilize that AI because I gotta get this shit done." Now, I can't not figure out how to use any of that stuff. It never works out for me. Same with like projectors. Like people are always like, "Oh, use a projector, man, and make things go a lot quicker." It's like I try to use a projector to transfer images, man. I can't get it to work. Hands always in the way. I can't see when I'm trying to draw. Like I'd rather just do it how I do it. Okay, we got our layer. We figured out our brush. What we need to do is let's see if I go large. What's the largest? No, that's way too large. It's not giving me that texture though. I still feel like it's not giving me that right texture. It's got to be small. Man, really got to be like 20 point for it to. That's crazy. I got to snowball this whole thing. Yeah, projectors are hard. Oh, too much shadow. Yeah. You gotta have like a good sized room because now you're having to put your projector at a certain distance to get a clean image. And then the room's gotta be dark enough to be able to see that image. Because I was just trying to whoops, I was just trying to transfer a line, and this was a line drawing that I drew. And I'm like, I can't even see my own lines. It was like I was gonna have to take a dark pen or marker and then retrace my line just to have something to project that I could see. It just seemed like so much, just too much of a pain to go through when I could just try to freehand that. Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been watching some of the guys on YouTube use the VR. There's a couple of graffiti artists. There's 1000 was doing something. Doke from I can't remember what country he's in. Yeah, VR, no shadow, no worry. As long as you can position your artwork, I think that's the big thing now is with VR is like you got to make sure you position the artwork correctly on the like in space. Like they should almost I don't know if they use a GPS kind of way to locate that image in that Euclidean space, but like because everybody's like played video games and stuff, and then all of a sudden you incorporate VR and you're playing, you got the headset on and you're like in virtual space, and it's like, how do I find my location in all this? Like, what are my XYZ coordinates? Like, man, I still feel like, yep, this is gonna be a lot of erasing. Okay, this actually needs to go in front of shoot, this hand. How do I do this? I had to do it this way for certain reasons, particular reasons. Because if I have to adjust anything, I don't want to have to do too much redrawing. So if make each thing an asset, then I can just kind of uh, flip, rotate, distort without just doing that to the whole entire image. You said, I'm trying to get my daughters into that. They're artists too. It's just a whole new world. Yeah, it's like you're learning with them. I guess that's kind of a way to learn new technology is if you have kids or you're teaching kids, because kids pick that stuff up so quickly, especially if they're really into that type of stuff. They like pick it up so quickly because they're probably already trying to figure it out on themselves, like at home. They come to school and it's like, "Hey, teach, can you do this, that? Have you heard about this or that?" And you're like, "Ah, man, I have no idea. Show me. I don't know nothing about this virtual reality or this AI stuff. Like, show me." But if it's something I'm into or curious about, I'll figure it out. It'll take me a lot longer to figure out than if I were younger. But yeah, because this last thing I did where I was doing that animation for that little online contest, um, they wanted us to incorporate AI into it somehow. And all I did was I just used AI to create the soundtrack. And I'm just like, my whole I plan was to be able to take what I did, my drawings and animations, and put them into AI and see if the AI could enhance them in some way. And I just have so little understanding of how to do that that I wasn't able to do that before the deadline. And so, like, I really dig what I did, but me just doing a little using Suno to do a soundtrack and just plugging that on there didn't really seem like I was trying, even though I was trying, but I was trying to get that what's the animation down. They're homeschooled, so your daughters have a lot of time to explore. Oh, okay. You're growing up with them. Yeah. That's where some adults just they don't think that they're also learning. They think, oh, because they're at a certain age or they've done this and done that, that they're beyond that. And it's like, nah, you should be learning all the time. I'm not saying that I do, but I'm still interested enough in life that I want to find things out. So that's how I've always been. That's why I didn't go to school. I was like, after high school, I'm like, if college is anything like high school, I am not going. Plus, we didn't have no money. We didn't have no money to send me to college at that time. Plus, I didn't put forth the effort to be like, okay, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? So all I wanted to do was skateboard, do my art, just have fun. And that's what I did. And I don't regret it. It's like I could look at some of these people and be like, oh man, if I would have just been more on the ball, had my shit together, gone to school, I'd be in this place. It's like that's just you that's just you projecting, like, you don't know if you would have been there. Shit, you could have been dead because of some stupid ass choice you made that you didn't get to make because you went down this particular path. Oh, yeah. I've been skateboarding since I was 13 years old. I don't do much now at 52. Um, I could push around. Sometimes there's local skate parks around where I'm at. I can kick around and then go, I could still ride the quarter pipes or whatever, half pipes. They don't really have any half pipes here, but um, I could barely ollie up a curb. I don't have that connection to it like I did. So when I got married at 40 and I moved 40, 39, when I moved to Iowa, um, that was a big shift in my life. And um, I had to work and make sure we paid the bills. So I wasn't doing as much skateboarding like I used to when I was up in Minnesota. Had my own life. It was just me. I didn't have to answer to anybody but myself. All right, I think this needs to be. Ever watch wheelchair skating? I've seen some of those guys in the bowls and stuff, and that's pretty amazing. Like, you know, you think you think it's hard with legs, but trying to do that stuff without, um, I give it to them. I mean, anybody that tries it and goes for it, and that's what they want to do, much respect because they got to deal with people around them probably telling them, "Why are you doing that, dude? Why are you trying to do that?" It's like, man, these people want to have fun as much as everybody else. They see these people on the skateboards, and it's like, I want to go up and down those walls, those cement walls or wooden walls, like anybody else. So why not? Like, fuck, give it a go. Now I see these like AI videos, and it's like they had the one AI video of Stephen Hawking's like dropping in the ramp and like, you know, it's bad enough people fall in real life, like, you know, making these I don't know. Yeah, because they have skateboarders that don't like dudes that don't have any legs. And they're fucking the one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's a professional skateboarder. Dude has no legs. He's out there doing it. I watch him. He makes me want to go skateboard. I can't even skate. I got legs. Like, but I haven't done it as much like I used to. Like, man, literally from age 13 to like, let me see, to like in my early 20s, and then I kind of took a break, and then I got back into it after I still skated, but I wasn't skating like I was when I was younger. So through my mid to late 20s, I wasn't doing a whole lot of skating, and then I got back into it in my 30s. And I was going just as hard in my 30s as I was when I was like in my teens, but I couldn't do like I couldn't skate like I could when I was younger, but I was still just out there going it for it just for the love of it because I didn't have the I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna be sponsored. I'm gonna be professional because I was watching the dudes that were AMs and pros doing it. I was like, man, they're at a another level that I wish I could be, but that's not me. So I'm just out here. I just want to have fun. Yeah, life be life, and yeah, if that's the thing you want to do, you will not let anything stop you. The wheelchair guy on Nitro Circus is a buddy of yours. Oh yeah, Aaron Fotheringham. Let's see. Come on, bro. Let's see. Come on. Mm. I think skateboarding is in a lot better place than it was when I was uh, growing up, doing it like in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. Well, The '80s was a weird time because skateboarding wasn't as accepted as it is nowadays. Okay, this dude's got a wiki. Nice. 2006. Oh, he's about my sister's age. He's an extreme wheelchair athlete who performs tricks adapted from skateboarding and BMX. He competes in Vegas Am Jam series and skate park competitions, usually against BMX riders. Whoa, okay. Those guys are no joke. I would not do anything on a bike. Fotheringham calls his activity WCMX. He was the first person to successfully perform a backflip in a wheelchair at age 14 and a double backflip at age 18. He performs many other tricks in his wheelchair, including 180-degree aerials, one-wheeled spins, and rail grinds. He plans to fuse the backflip with the 180 to what is known as a flare. Although he uses crutches early on, he has been a wheelchair user full time since the age of 8. He would watch his brother riding his BMX at the skate park, and one day his older brother told him that he should try his chair in the park. In an event of which Fotheringham said, wait, one day my brother was like, it'd be real cool if you dropped in on the chair. Do you want to try it? My dad was there and he gave me the thumbs up. So they helped me get my chair up a 4-foot quarter pipe, then dropped in and just fell multiple times. Then finally, I rode away from one of them. He later noted that I did, and I was hooked. He placed fourth in the intermediate BMX division in a competition held at Sony Springs Skate Park on August 26, 2006. Uses a customized WCMX wheelchair designed by Box Wheelchairs, which is both lightweight and features four-wheel suspension. This enables him to perform the same sorts of tricks that skateboarders and BMXers can do, as the suspension cushions his landings. See, he like fell in love with it and made it his own thing, and like he like said it like uh leading leading the way for other people like that to get into it, because that's the thing is like once somebody does something, other people see it, they're like, oh, and they want to do it. That's how it happens. He did the first wheel trip backflip off a ramp. Literally started his own lane. Yeah, how many people can say that? How many people can say like I made this lane? That's cool. And he's like, what now? Oh yeah, 34. Says he appeared in an episode of reality series The Secret Millionaire, received a donation of 20,000 from Century Software founder Gregory Hare, stunt double on the TV series Glee, competed in America's Got Talent, Extreme. Oh, he got second place in that. Oh, what's going on here? I don't know, something happened. Okay. Yep, I ain't starting no lanes. I just ride in the lane. Uh, Yep, that's what it sounds like, living the life to the fullest. Yeah, I met a lot of people like that. They had friends that have passed that aren't able to do that now. I try to keep that in mind so that I don't forget because I'm still alive. You're thankful to be born disabled. I met so many cool people in my lifetime. That's awesome. I try to stay away from people. Uh, I try to stay away from people, but for some reason, can't. You can't stay away when like you just trying to be yourself and do your thing. Eventually, people start to notice. You gotta learn how to interact with the people, with the world around you. It's tough. I'm not trying to like maintain that, but you know, I gotta remember to be more open and empathetic because it's easy to look at somebody else and be like, "Oh, f them, man. They don't know." But the thing is, you could say the same thing. Oh, f me because I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know what they're going through. I don't have any clue. So why have attitude? Sometimes when I'm sitting at my day job, because I provide information for people when they come in, and you just hope that people are kind of like you in the sense like you want to be treated like a person that you're seen, and when you say hello that you just get that basic, just kind of that basic thing. And they come in and they come to the desk and all they want from you is you to tell them where they need to go, where their person they're here to see is at. And they can't even bother to say just simple greeting, normal human interaction. Some people just grunt at you like I don't even know what you're asking me. Like speak up. "Mm, what do you like, dude? We're here. Like I'm not gonna be able to help you until you speak the F up. Like we can be 2 feet apart. I still can't hear what you're saying because there's all these ambient sounds going on around. And you think or assume that I know what you're saying or I can hear you just because we're 2 feet apart. Like, dude, I know I know you're young, but you look like an adult, a young adult. Speak the F up. Don't be grunting. Don't be like head down, staring at your shoes. Like, I'm not gonna bite. I'm just here to help. And I don't know. But then there's the older adults. Like, you should know better. Like, come on. say good day or just day, or even tell me like, "Oh, I'm not having a good day," but don't just come up to me and be like, throw a name at me. Like, I know what you're trying like, I'm supposed to know what you want. You're just throwing a name at me. I gotta look them up. Like, I can't be bothered by a simple greeting, normal human interaction. That's like people just like have lost their freaking minds these days. Like, what if I came up to your job and did exactly what you just did to me? Like, how would you feel? Like, yeah, it's my job, and that's what I'm there to do is to help provide you with some information. But damn, say hello or whatever when I just said hello to you. It's funny, like, what's going on? COVID just got everybody all effed up. Maybe even before COVID, just people don't know how to interact with one another. It's crazy. Hey, Jason. Like, and you know what's funny, Pre? It's not like they can't get that mind back. They just don't put any effort into being human anymore. It's just like, well, so and so treated me like that. I'm just going to be the same. Like, really? You're going to let what somebody else did to you dictate how you lead yourself through life in this world with other people? Like, get off this, all these people. I'm the protagonist in my world. It's like everybody else is an NPC. Like, dude, you are living in a freaking fantasy. We're all in this together. Don't think you're special because you're living your your life. I get you got to do what you got to do for you, but don't push everybody else off to the wayside because you got to get yours. Like that's the wrong attitude to have. That's why this country is where it's at now because it was all about me, 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 me. That's why you got Diddy, 50 Cent making that um, doc about Diddy, like trying to show everybody that it was just about him. Like he didn't really care about anybody but himself. That's what they're trying to show. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a dog eat dog world. I guess some of us are different, built differently. I can't I shouldn't have that expectation, but I cannot not have that expectation because that's me. Like, all right, I needed to get this other bit. I need to make a separate one for this hand because I had to do this in layers. See, if it would have filled at I don't know, whatever size, 2,000, almost 3,000 point size, if it would have filled without looking too soft, I would have did that. But now I go back, go even lighter for the highlights. So, I mean, it's supposed to be kind of dawn or dusk, so he wouldn't even be this light. but it's a kid's book. I am not trying to do some um, natural lighting. That's gonna get me in trouble. I'll do semi whatever I can do for lighting, and that's it. Um, I'm using Adobe's Fresco. It's a free app. I think it's only for the iPad though right now. I don't know if they make it for anything else. I know a lot of people use Procreate. Um, what you use Photoshop? Because I do everything on my iPad. I don't do I have my desktop, but it's so much older. Oh, you use this too? Because when I really started getting back into digital art, I was using Procreate because that was the app that everybody was using, that was being pushed. Well, what's going on here? Twitch is acting up. Um, yeah, I have Affinity on my desktop just because I refused to um, get the subscription for the Adobe products. I'm like, really? Because I grew up in a time where you paid a one-time fee for the app and that was it. And if they had updates, they would come out with a new version and you'd buy that. Now they want you to pay a monthly fee. I might not even use it for a whole month. So, yeah, you said I like Affinity because it separates everything you draw. Photoshop don't you I figured Photoshop would be pretty much similar. Oh, Affinity is free? Hey, I didn't mind paying whatever it was when I bought it, like, oh man, what was it? Some years back. I think um, when I got my iMac, and this one's pretty old. This is one of the last iMacs that had the Intel chip in it before they started going with the their proprietary chips, the M1, M2s. I would like to update this one, but right now I mainly use my iPad to do all my illustration stuff, and so I was doing a lot through Procreate, and then a little over a year ago I saw this. Well, maybe even before that, I had this app. It was free, but then I didn't use it. But then a little over a year ago, uh, this guy Chris Piasek uh, was doing these videos on Fresco through YouTube, and I started following him. And I'm like, oh man, this is kind of nice because it's got a vector. You could do things in vector that you don't or can't or isn't available in Procreate. And I was like, this might be just a little bit better for illustration work than Procreate. Not to say that you can't do stuff with Procreate and still get away, but man, Fresco, like, oh man. But yeah, I played with Affinity a little bit because I used to do a lot of graphics in the um, late '90s, early 2000s with Coral's, the Canadian company, Coral. They did Coral Draw and Coral Paint. And then, like early 2000s, or what was the last version they published for Apple was, I think, in 2005. And then they just dropped Apple and they were only focused on PC. And I was like, man, this sucks. But I had those old apps, so I was continuing to do stuff on those apps. And then I got you know, different Apple laptops, and I was just transferring that. So I was using Corel Draw a lot, and actually, I've been doing vector-based stuff since high school, back in early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. So I was pretty familiar with how to utilize vector-based apps, and then was always using Corel Draw. And then when I got this iMac, I think in 2017, I saw that Affinity had their app out, and I was like, I need that because I am not gonna pay Adobe a subscription where I'm not making any money to pay for that subscription yet. Yeah, I like to do a little mix of both. So that's why I like Fresco because you have access to the vector and also the raster. But once you export it, it's pretty much, well, I guess I'm always exporting PNG files. So I think it saves each layer as is until you decide to do something else with it. That's how Affinity 3 is set up now. Yeah, I need to start using it more, but I would have to get like a tablet, um, like a Cintiq, or I don't know what else they have out there for it. And since like my iPad is pretty much that, um, I just use the iPad. But I'll still use the mouse. Like I'll still draw stuff in uh or even a trackpad. Like I've still done stuff with the mouse and trackpad. But yeah, since I've been doing this, let's see, I've had an iPad since probably like 2013, maybe 2012. So I've been using some kind of paint app since then. So I just got so used to drawing or that, or- and then I got an iPad, one of the early ones, and ever since then it's just been like I love this just straight drawing on the screen kind of deal. And some people are like, "Oh, I need something to put on my screen. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel like paper or anything." I was just like, "Screw that. I'm just gonna figure this out. Draw on the raw screen. I don't need it to feel like there's a drag or like resistance." I'm so used to the slipperiness of it that I'm like, and I love to draw. I know some people you put their pads straight up like flat. I can't draw like that. I can't because now I'm hunched over. I gotta have my stuff sitting like almost like I'm painting at an easel, maybe slightly angled. I can't I can't have that flat. It's weird. Like if I'm drawing on in a sketch pad or something, I still kind of angle it, like hold it at an angle. So I can't, I don't know, makes me hunched over. Hey, Wendy. Wait, hey, Wendy, you said you've been using a tablet, a stone one. You've been, you've been a lithographer. Yeah, I don't know. Since I was pretty much like, okay, I got this iPad and I got the some form of stylus. I've just always just used whatever I had, and I never thought about augmenting it with anything. That now it's like I'm so used to not having any of that stuff that I feel like if I tried to use it, I would just be like starting back from square one. Like, oh, I need to get that feeling back. Now my pencil drags when I got so used to it just gliding. Like I don't even I don't, like I don't even have to push hard on it. Like I'm not unless I really need it to be hard, like I just I don't know. And everybody's different. You know, we all have our preferences, so I'm not saying one way is better than the other. It's just how I got used to using this technology. Yes, Wendy, you are showing your age. You are like hammer and chisel. That's a long life. I guess if somebody gave like, Hey, uh, hey Corey, try this out," I probably would try it out and I would give it a chance. Like, but I don't know. I'm just like, if it hinders, if I'm playing with it, that's one thing. If I'm trying to finish a job and it starts causing problems with um, what I'm doing, I'll be like, nah, because I need to get this. I need to get this done ASAP. I can't be messing around trying to relearn. Now there's a new learning curve trying to figure out how to utilize this new product. No, all I need is the pad, the stylus, and the app because I need to get this ish done. I just started digital like 3 years ago. Really? I figured you'd have been doing digital a lot longer than that, but some people just pick it up a lot quicker. Do you pretty much draw all the time, pre? Yeah, I kind of scrapped the whole paper like sketchbook thing after the iPad came out. I'm like, you know what? Uh it's so much nicer to be able to undo. I can cut and paste. It just makes the workflow so much quicker. Like if I'm trying to do illustrative work the traditional way, uh, I mean, I guess if that's how I grew up doing it, then it would be one thing. But you know, growing up with it, but then transitioning to digital when as a kid, I didn't have that stigma like, oh, well, you know, it's just it's not traditional. It's like you still utilize the same mind and coordination, like it's just a different medium. Think people just get scared, like, oh, I learned it one way because I get that. I used to sketch I used to sketch in a sketch pad all the time. And then the thing at that time for me was, okay, I need to learn how to do it in pen because I always did everything in pencil or charcoal. Then it was like, oh, how do I do this with pen and ink? So then I had to learn how to use pen and ink. And then, like, I got that down. And then, up here comes the new technology. You can draw straight on a screen with a stylus. I was like, oh, really? Because I already do stuff on the computer. Why not have an iPad? Hey, Melody, how are you doing? Welcome. Sorry about your stream. Did you end your stream or did it end on its own? Yeah, I like challenges too, I like to challenge myself. One of those challenges was doing the animation for Melody's 30 seconds to masterpiece because I was like I was like, man, how am I gonna do this? I had so many ideas of what I could do and And then I was like, "Well, I don't have a whole lot of time. I need to go with something." And I was like, "Okay." I had this idea. What would be the best way to represent this idea? And I'm like, "Okay, let me try animation because I've been doing these little teeny GIF animations." And then I was like, "Hey, you've never done a storyboard before. Let's just let's just take a moment and take your idea that you have and see if you can break it down into uh, an animation that's 30 seconds long." You just ended your stream? Okay, because I had it on, but I was like talking also during my stream, and I didn't realize all of a sudden I saw a black screen, but it didn't say anything. So I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, I was pretty stoked on it. So yeah, that was my challenge. I'm like, let me see if I can do this. And then when the deadline was coming around, I was like, "Okay, I need to do this because I can't just flip this. I can't just turn on a dime and do something different." And the whole time, I was like, "How am I gonna I don't know enough about these AI apps to incorporate this in without me having to go through this learning curve. I need to get this done now." I was like, "Screw the curve. I need to finish the animation. I'll just do the sound." So yeah, melody, I do not disagree with any of the critiques that the judges had about my work. And even listening to the other critiques of the other people's works, I was like, It it reinforced that even more, like, yeah, I didn't really incorporate the AI, even though you did say however small or large you wanted to incorporate that into your piece. I don't think I incorporated the AI. I used the AI to make the soundtrack, and I just kinda plugged that in. I don't think that's really incorporating it. I don't know. So But yeah, my whole idea was like finish the animation, see if I can plug it into some AI video generator and use it to manipulate it in a way to make it just a little bit more strange. Because AI makes things strange. Like, how can I AIify what I have? And I just didn't have the time to do that because I was just trying to get those animations done. I was always drawing. I always been able to draw, but I didn't draw much in life. I started drawing again when I learned digital. That's kind of me. That's kind of how I was. Like I've been drawing since I was a kid, but it was more like I don't know, drawing for fun. I used to like in my childhood home, we had an attic. And at that time, my dad had, like, turned it into um, his studio for, his architecture business. So I would be up in the attic. It'd just be me, a table, the chair, whatever drawing tools and paper, and then these books that kind of showed you a simple way of how to put things together, which now that I think about it, reminds me of playing with Legos because I used to play with Legos a lot when I was a kid and building all kinds of crazy things, not just, you know, the let me build the thing that this set is. I'm like, let me see if I can recreate this particular thing that we can't afford. I'm gonna recreate that out of Legos. So drawing was kind of like that for me. Um, However small or large in whatever capacity, I thought using it to make the music was perfect. A great solution to the conundrum of using AI. Yeah, it was kind of a simple cop out because it was like, I just need some music and it's kind of like a layer, but not really incorporated, is how I look at it. Like what I wanted to do with the AI would have been more incorporation of my work instead of just like, here's another layer. It's just a layer of sound added to the video. But, I'm proud of what I did. Um, I'm not beating myself up about it. I do these because I want to like Pre says, it's a challenge and I want to challenge myself. Win, lose, I still think I win because I finished something and turned it in, which was not always my MO when I was a kid or even in school, like in high school or whatever. Wasn't always the best at finishing my homework or finishing projects. Okay, we have our Lighten version. So what I do is once I have this, is then the next step is I take it was the eraser. Hold on a second, but I need to cut this out. I need to get rid of all the excess. So let me use this. Yeah, I mean, however small it is, just finishing something, it just makes me like, I'm just so happy. Like, yeah, I did it. I was able to do this. Now I can move on to another thing. And then you start to see a progression of your creativity based on those each and every one of those accomplishments, like just finishing something. I mean, you get that from washing the dishes or doing the laundry, but it's a little bit different. Yes, I understand. I have so many unfinished projects, too many. But yeah, same here, Melody. But then I also look at that as like these are also I have all these opportunities now that I have started that I can pick and choose to work on something versus some people have they go through the they got artistic block or something and they don't know what to do. It's like, oh, I have tons of stuff that I haven't finished that I can like pick up and do. I don't need to worry about art block. because I had so much I thought I wanted to do, and I just spat it all out and started something new after, you know, getting something out and moving on. I have so much of that that, like, as long as I know where to look, I shouldn't have any kind of artist block. Now, like, motivating myself to work on it, that's a whole nother thing, which I've gotten a lot better at because once you get older, you start to think about how much time you have left. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but um, now I'm like, oh, you when you were a kid, you thought you had all the time in the world. Now you have friends, family, people passing away. Like you ain't getting any younger. You don't know how many more years you have left. So if you don't do it now, yeah, yeah, you it ain't gonna get done. So that's kind of my goal now is to finish projects that I started. And I know sometimes I'm like, oh, but I have this idea. I wanna get this thing out. And it's like, okay, we'll do a sketch or something. But like if it's something you feel like you still wanna finish, try and get it done. Don't just leave it undone. I mean, there's probably gonna be plenty of projects that I started that are just gonna remain unfinished, unrealized. Yeah, no art block here, too much art sometimes. Hell yeah. Yeah. Uh, like I'll just be walking down the street and all of a sudden like something will pop into my head and be like, oh man, I don't have anything to write this down with or sketch this. Like, where's my phone? Let me use my finger. Where's where's this where's the drawing app on my phone so I can like write down something or sketch something. Hopefully I remember to go back to it. But it's yeah, it's kinda like that has replaced the sketchbook for me, like the actual pad and paper. Because sometimes I'll sketch I feel like I sketch even quicker when I do it um, on the iPad than I would in a sketchbook, but it's because I don't have to think about, "Oh, well, I need this pen or this pencil, or I gotta sharpen this, now it's worn down." It's just like, nope, get it all out at one time. But then I'm doing stuff like this, like, you're not even drawing, dude, you're tracing, you're using this tool to cut something out, but it's just a means to an end. Okay, dude, I thought I was, like, a lot farther along than I was. Oh, there it is. Alright. We got it. Okay, there's that whole cookie cutter. I do like this tool though. This lasso tool is like my second favorite tool besides the basic whatever drawing tool. Um, and I'm starting to utilize it in ways more than just like, oh, I need to cut and paste something. Oh, this is weird. Hold on a second. If I turn off this layer, what is it? Really? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on, guys. I need that back. Copy, paste. There's 2 sections of this. Oh, hold on. Oops, done. Dang it. I need to figure out what I'm doing here. Duplicate. No, but I need that back. Okay. Well, it's gonna be this one. Okay. Copy, paste. How do I this goes off. Why didn't my thing stay on? Okay. Well, I don't think anything goes outside of my line on that layer, but oops, everything besides this hand should go on that other layer. Okay. Um, copy, paste. Let's see. Feels good when the weight is lifted. Yeah, when you finish projects, especially if you have a ton of projects that you have started but haven't finished, that that is a good thing. That because each project is like another weight off your shoulders. Yeah, being able to take a picture is so convenient. The thing is going back to it once I've gone to yeah, yep. Uh, yeah, the lasso tool is what makes it easier for me to draw digitally. Yeah, I'm always adjusting stuff. Again, it's almost like playing with Legos. This is very relaxing to watch. Thanks, Wendy. It's almost like playing with Legos again. Like I could take a chunk of something and then piece it on, like move it or adjust it or distort it, you know, uh, into another form or shape. And I'm like, man, it would have taken me how much more time just to get that shape? Or like, not even that, but doing things that you really can't do, or you could find a workaround if you're doing it traditionally. But that's where digital is nice and it's different. It's a different medium. You're basically playing with light versus traditional. It's it's the materials. Like we say digital painting or light painting or drawing or whatever, but utilizes similar principles, but it's a whole thing in itself. And that's where I'm like, why are people comparing all these different mediums to one another? Like, or get all bent out of shape, like, oh, this medium's better than that medium. It's like you don't even use this other medium. So how can you even say that? Like you don't do digital. You don't use AI. How can you say that it's not good? You don't use it. You don't know how to use it. You haven't figured out. That's like me, like, oh, I hate AI because I couldn't make it work. Like, no, you just need to figure it out. Like I say I hate projectors only because I don't know how to use it. It's not that it's not a useful tool or can be a useful tool. It's that I don't know how to make it work. I don't hate it, but I'm just like, I can't figure it out, or I don't make the time to figure it out. So it's not a part of my repertoire or repertoire. Can I live without it? Probably. But if I'm doing something large, I either need a projector or I'm gonna be doing that all freehand. Wow, very excellent points, I mean. Uh, Bree says, favorite thing is mask clipping. I take real photos of material and use it as a texture. Yeah, I've seen other people do that. I haven't gotten into that at all, but really find that interesting. And like I've put real photos in and use them in like backgrounds or something that I drawn, but I haven't tried to use the mask clipping to take portions of that digital image and now use it as a way to paint. And it really fascinates me, and I really want to kind of play with that. Again, too much stuff on the plate, but eventually, because I've seen some other digital artists that I follow, like on Twitter or Instagram, and usually Twitter, because that's where I see a lot more of the digital artists who are like really pushing pushing the art. Like that's where they usually end up posting most of their work, which is why I still stay on Twitter or X. Um, yes, I needed to fill a little more because basically mass clipping is like any of these brushes. You're just using it to make your art with. These brushes are basically a stamp, and the way it's set up creates the textures, the visual textures. That's the only thing about digital that I do miss from traditional work is you have these visual textures, but with traditional work, you have actual texture. And that's one thing digital will never, ever be able to do unless you output it from this using certain printing techniques. Then you can get actual texture, but it's all just going to be visual. Because that's why I like still doing my traditional work, is just for the tactileness, getting getting paint all over me, knowing that I'm gonna have to wash my hands, scrub my hands or whatever. But it's just I don't know. At the end of a session, my hands are all covered in paint and I'm looking at the work in front of me. And it's like, oh man, just like what do I need to do more to this? Or is it done? I just love that. It's just like challenging my senses. Oh, oh, that's what. Okay. I'm like, how did I get that over the paint? It's this other layer. Wait, what happened to my hand? Don't tell me I cut the hand. What happened to that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, this. Oh yeah, the this was getting merged. That's right, merge that. The one with the hand is still good. Actually, that's gonna get erased. Too many layers of the same thing. S- So now that I have, mm, um, I could probably start with this. Because now I need the eraser tool. I'm gonna use a soft brush. Whoops, you select that. And then I just kind of go back in and remove what's gonna be my highlight. I'm sure there's probably an easier way, workaround to do this, but whoops, that's not even part of that layer. But for me, it just seems kind of how my mind looks at sees something. It's just easier to see that thing this way. Why isn't this? Mm, just by subtracting. A lot of going back and forth, adding, subtracting. Saves more time instead of using brushes. Yeah. And it's interesting to see what you get through the whole mask clipping thing because there's so much information there that you could use as a brush. Like, what do you pick? You know, and now you're using your personal aesthetics to create this new tool. 3D printing is the only form really. I haven't done any 3D printing. I'm gonna start making toy figurines. That'd be cool. I think the more and more like that technology is just gonna get even cheaper and cheaper, and um, the more people that end up getting it and using it. So then that means that it'll be available to a lot more people. But if you're trying to be on the fore of that technology, you can't be waiting around until it's affordable. Like, I want to make my mark in this field, this way of doing something. You can't be waiting around because by the time you do, somebody else has already been there and done that. Like, you could still make your do your experimentations and that. Yeah, I don't know if I have a shop though. I don't. I've gone so long without like feeling that my art is gonna be making me money to the point where I don't have to have a day job. Like, and maybe that's why that hasn't happened because I think that way. Because some people are just like, that's why I also like respect Don Drell. That's he makes his art. He's out on the boardwalk. He's selling it. Like he's out there. Like he is making his reality just that a reality. Like I'm gonna be this is the kind of artist I'm gonna be and I'm gonna make it happen. Like shoot, could I find myself on the boardwalk trying to sell my artwork? Like, it's hard enough to go to art fairs and be like doing that thing. All right, there's something here which needs to go, which is um where's my line drawings at? Right here. It's the light one. This is the dark one. This is the light one. Dark one. What brush do I have? Okay, we are using the soft chalk. You know what? Dry media. Was there a hard chalk? Ink spread foliage. Nope, it was just that one. Okay, so I need um, is it this one? Sharp inker. Sorry guys. I keep forgetting like my camera angle is just not in the right spot. Or move my oh boy. Soul Fist, BKSF, keep viewers on streamboo.com. Dude, you guys keep making these fake accounts. So you can jump in on my chat. And when I look at it, it says you made this account 2 days ago just to post your little ad on my freaking um in my chat. So no, you're not gonna get that free advertising in my chat. Beat it. There we go. Thank you. Finally, Twitch chat being my friend. Yeah, there are so many ways to be an artist. It can be confusing. Yeah, you just I guess when you're young, you just jump in and then you just go for it. It's swimming. I had no idea what I wanted to be when I was about to graduate high school. I had no idea what I wanted to be. All I knew is I wanted a skateboard and make my art, but I didn't know uh, yeah, which direction do I swim? You just have to swim so you don't drown. Then you start to think, okay, I need to swim towards shore. Which direction is that? So yeah, when I was in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was already working do you make any decks, skateboard decks? I've done graphics for I've done one graphic and it got made into a local a small skateboard company out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was called Root Skateboards. I don't know if they still make stuff or not, but I know the guy that started it. um, he asked me if he could use one of my drawings, and I turned it into um, a graphic for one of their boards, and they did do a run of them. So I think I still have one or two of them, but I've bought in blank skateboard decks and done paintings on those. But as far as like actual graphic, that's the only one. And when I look at it, I was like, man, you were such a rookie. Because I did it all vector. It was like a vector drawing that I did. And I was sampling. Uh, I sampled this graphic. It was kind of this penguin that you see on the ice boxes, like old ice box. Um, and I think I sampled that. It was something like that. And I sampled him, and then I put him in this scene. He's got like this AK-47, and I put him in this like snowy tundra scene, and he's basically took out everybody in the scene. So you see like some there's a seal, a baby seal. There's a there's a hunter, a guy who was hunting the baby seal. He's got a club in his hand. He's dead. Uh, I think those are the only 2 characters in the scene, and then there's, like, some igloos or something in the background. Um, there's, like, a spirit arising out of the hunter, the seal hunter. Um, what else? Oh, yeah, and then I think I was calling it the cold killer deck. So it didn't matter who you were dead, you were dying. You either the baby seal or the seal hunter, you're dead either way by this penguin. Yeah, it had like a baby blue background, and then most everything was done in black and white, and then there was a little color here and there. Yeah. This is what my let me see, at the time, probably late 20 something year old mind was maybe early 30s was thinking. I just got home. I'm gonna get relaxed. If you're still on, I hop back in. If not, I appreciate the conversation. No, I appreciate the conversation because um, not too many people like hang out and chat for this long, but I appreciate it a lot, And yeah, I'll keep my eye out. Like, I don't know if I have you. I know I'm subscribed. Let me just check it, but I don't know if I have the notifications on set for all. 'Cause I know I've seen you going live before. Let me see. Yeah, I'm subscribed. Oh yeah, the bell is yep, yep, it was set. So I should get notifications when you go live or anything you post, I'm assuming. But yeah, I appreciate it, Pre. Thank you for stopping by. I usually don't talk this much in my streams unless other people like come into my chat. If nobody's in chat, I'm just silent and doing my own thing. I don't usually talk a whole lot, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to converse with other creatives since I don't really have that kind of community like in real life. I don't have that. So it's nice to have that through the internet. Do appreciate it. I seem to bring it out in people. No. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to use you as like this this reason or proxy for me to like, be able to talk, but that's or say what I'm feeling or thinking. But that's usually the most when I talk is when people are in the chat and asking stuff or talking about something. Because I never go into a live with a preconceived topic. I go into live to uh, just kind of document the process and also like engage with other people on YouTube or in the community. All right, Wendy, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. I know it's getting late for you. Um, I'll catch you in a stream here again soon, sooner or later. Usually T stream. Oh, I didn't even check to see if T went on yet, if he's going on today. But thanks, Wendy. Have a good night. You take care. Get that sleep. I know I slept in till about 10 a.m. this morning. Got up at like 3 something to take the dog out, and then 7 something to take the dog out. And I was like, man, I worked 2 12s in a row. I need to catch up. But yeah, I'll be on. There's a possibility, probably 20 more minutes, because we'll do a late lunch, and then I got to do some housework around the house. Maybe a stream later. Not sure. I do work in the morning at my day job. Oh, did the sun come out? Wait a second. Nope, it's still gray. So I'll probably go live again tomorrow early evening after work. And then I have Thursday and Friday off, so I'll be streaming those days. Just trying to get this cover done. And once I get this cover done, I can submit it. Actually, I should probably just submit it. You know, I think I'm doing too much right now, but in my mind, I'm like, if I just complete the entire cover and send it in, they'll accept it as is. And right now, what I should do is get it to a point where there's some color in all of the um, assets in the scene, and then send it to them before I try to fully render it. Because if they don't approve it, then I just put all that time into doing a fully rendered scene when I could have just submitted the idea and then not wasted all that time. All right, I don't need this anymore, at least for now, so I'm gonna hide that. So in the scene, we have Rocky and Bo. So Rocky is the French bulldog, and Bo is looks like a poodle mix, a miniature poodle mix. And they want the publisher asked to have all these elements, and I'm assuming that was passed on through um, the author. Wanted Rocky holding some hot dogs over a fire, cooking hot dogs. I added the drool. I'll make it so that it's easily removed if they don't want the drool in there. Hey, Kate, welcome to the channel. Removable drool. And Bo, they wanted, I guess, I don't know which one, but I put the paddle in Bo's paw. They wanted a tent in the background, a lake, trees, and I think that was it. But of course, I'll probably put like a canoe or something in the background, kind of by the shore. Um, there'll be some grass for sure, not just this brown. Uh, maybe some more trees on the other side of the lake, maybe another layer of trees, just to kind of break up this kind of flat space of color that make up the trees. And I gotta move the tent because you can't really see the tent opening. But yeah, I don't know. It might if I bring the tent out more, it just takes up more space in the center. It might create some issues because the tent's red with the hot dogs. Um, but yeah, I should put this color in for the fire before I do anything else. I mean, bow is pretty easy to do. I just wiggle around a white brush on top of a beige layer to give him that kind of fur texture. Where is my fire outline though? So we got the lake. I can move the original sketch images out of here. Just remove some of these things that aren't necessary to the scene. Just the fire. This is the fire. Okay. So we need a layer for our fire. Um, do we start with red? Oops, not even the right brush. Nowhere near the right brush. We want our wash. Really dig in this watercolor wash brush. Oh, you saw Kate's. You watched the 30 seconds, the masterpiece, or the recent one with the judges. Should I even bother with the outline? Hmm. Thank you for watching that, Kate. Kate is a true fan of the channel. Actually, it's been a while. It's been like a week since I've done a live. So yeah, when I have to work, it cuts into the actual live streaming schedule. But some days I like, oh, I would like to go live, but I can't because I either gotta work again in the morning, so I can't be up too long, or I'm just so beat. But I try not to use that as an excuse to not do at least a little something, unless it's just been a 12-hour shift. And I'm like, okay, the wife and I will just hang out and watch something, which we've been watching the Sean Combs um, documentary produced by 50 Cent. Yeah, how's the I see you've been posting regularly, Kate. So we need soft round or hard round. Okay. Or oh my, I kind of like that, like outside of the line drawing that I did. I almost like this more than I like the line drawing I did. You stop posting, taking a break. It's not easy doing that. That's why I do the live streams because I like creating content. Oh, and Melody, I saw your um the I think you recently posted the video on making the logo. I thought that was really well done. Like, oh, that's so cool. Like, how can I make content that interesting? I'm like, what can I do to like? Because you say you're inspired by me, and I watch your channels, and I get inspired by you. So it's like a nice feedback loop. Like, what can I do? Yeah, if I feel really strongly about it, I would make something. But at this time, it's just like, yeah, we'll do the lives. 'Cause I haven't really made a proper video in a long time, like where I've done some really serious editing, like even just trying to figure out like, okay, what am I gonna do? What would I do? But yeah, any serious editing, it's been a long time. Hey, Dondrell. Speaking of inspiration, our man Dondrell Lee Artistry. Go check out Dondrell Lee's channel. Oh yeah, I sometimes forget to plug other people's channel while I'm going live. You want to check out Dondrell Lee Artistry's channel. Definitely check out Melody Provenzano's channel. Um, Go subscribe to Kate's channel so that she can go live. She's trying to get enough followers so that she can go live. Are you getting burnt out yet, Kate? um, oh yeah, go check out preschool. Wait, what is pre's full channel name? Preschool ill preschool 3 or is it preschool like the 3 as an E? Anyways, check out preschool 3 illustrations channel. Pre does some cool um illustration work. Go support him. I got him subbed. I got him on notifications. Even though it hasn't really, I don't know if he's gone live again yet, but it hasn't notified me about it. You still at, oh, you got 11? Melody got you to 11 now, Kate. Yep. Kate only needs 39, 39 more subs. Kate, you got to keep up. You got to keep it up with um the shorts content though, so that you can get those people interested in your content. Then they'll start subbing. Should be easier with shorts, right? Yeah, nice. Contral's like, sup, Kate the Great. Yeah, Dondrell, go check out Melody's channel. She's doing it. If you're looking for other painters to like follow, definitely go to Melody's channel. Oh, yeah. Yep. She is very good. She's awesome. That's why that's why, did you guys get the 2025 recap of your year in I'm trying to think. I'm surprised, Andrel, that, like, you weren't up on my top whatever 5, but, um, there was a period where you weren't streaming as much, and I was just watching a lot of, the other guys streaming. Like, Huzzah came in number how does Huzzah come in number 1? Like, he's, like, my number 1 channel that I watch when I feel like so there's another painter I follow, um, Travis Prince, and he's out of Pennsylvania. He does some, really beautiful, um, oil paintings, like, I guess you would say portraiture. But he does other stuff too, but he paints kind of in a more, realistic manner, but he usually just does, he works from images, so photos, but he the stuff that he works from is usually his own, like, imagery that he takes or builds because he uses AI also to create or generate images that he'll paint. He also does music, but I've been following him for more than a year now, and I'm always watching his lives. He goes live pretty much every day, or at least, yeah, pretty much every day. And I thought he'd be number 1. He came in number 2, and I'm like, how does how am I watching Emmett's channel more than his channel? I was on your list? I'm glad, Melody. I can't remember if you fell on my list, but, it hasn't been that long since I've been watching your, your lives, so I probably don't have a lot of viewing time with your channel, but who knows, next year. Yeah, Dondrell was just on earlier today. I was like, "Okay, I gotta I gotta finish his live before I go live. I don't wanna be, like, not paying attention," but yeah. I'm kinda jealous, Dondrill. I wanna have a wall with all the blank canvases ready to go. It just gets me excited to see that, like, "Oh, man, that's so awesome." The potential that of all those blank canvases on your wall, just different sizes, just different states, even though you whitewash them all, it's like, there's already stuff on some of those canvases, and we can't see it because, the camera's at a certain distance, but, we do know if we see you on stream and you paint over it, it's like, "Okay, there's something on there." But it's just so cool to see that wall, and it's like, "Oh, man, what does he got for that wall?" And we hopefully get to see some of that in the live stream when you start building those pieces. But yeah, I was like, "Oh, Dondrail's got that salon style going on. He's just filling up every space, every little bit of space with each and every one of those canvases." It's so cool to see that. Like, my wall in my living room, and I have, like, one major wall that has all of my work, and a few pieces here and there, like some of the two drawings of yours, some other artwork from some other people are on that wall, and it just looks so cool when it's just packed kind of together with all those pieces. And it'd be even better if it was only a few of my works and more of everybody else's works. Because it's like I've I know my work. I see my work all the time. I see it as it comes to life. Like I want to see other people's work on my wall, other people's work that I enjoy and appreciate. No rules in art, more like discovery. Yep. Bree is back. Yeah, we're still going strong. How are you doing today, everyone? Omizu and Dondra and Mel. I know I'm doing well. I get to be doing my thing and live streaming and hanging out with you guys, the art family. Whether you make art or you appreciate art, I don't know why I'm working so detailed. I should just be cutting this up. But I did like the way the brush created the watercolor brush created this whatever, my flames and outside of what I did with my outline here. Let me see. I could shrink this a little bit. That means my black outline is gonna have to become a different color. I actually need to clean up my living room so that I can see my wall because I got so much crap in there, mostly like boxes, good old Amazon boxes, packaging. uh, Something like that. The wood bits, though, are they gonna go in front or behind? And who are they gonna be glowing or dark? Do I just make it dark to make it easy? Make it easy. Come on. Okay, okay, hold on. Let me use our little lasso. Oh, crud. Take care, Melody. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you again in next live. Whoops. I want to see. I don't know if you finished the lamb. I want to see what else you add to it. And don't forget, guys, next weekend or this coming weekend on Sunday, was it 7 p.m. Central Standard Time? It was the 30 seconds to masterpiece uh winner reveal. We'll see who wins. Uh, via popular vote and the judges. So yeah, next Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, what, 8 p.m. Eastern? I'm assuming 5 p.m. Pacific then. Copy, paste. And then turn it. We'll just turn this out. Sometimes I don't want to get rid of the original thing just in case. But we do have some rocks here. I'm gonna make those rocks grayish in color, just to give it this kind of contrast that orangish red. My pleasure. Nope, not finished. Yes, everyone. Sunday, December 14th, 7 Central, 30 seconds to masterpiece. Popular, gold place, and critics. Yep, choice will be awarded. I can't wait. Maybe this time I'll get last place. I got second to last time. Maybe I'll get last place this time. Uh, it's nothing wrong with last place. Somebody's got to be last place. Fill me in. Is this a art challenge? Yeah, Melody does these. It's kind of like a contest, but there's no real prizes at this time. But it's usually a 30-second front to back, no edits, no any kind of like manipulation digitally, just straight make a art piece within this 30 seconds. Um, however you, I guess, based on whatever the rules or guidelines are set or established. Um, but yeah, this is the second time I participated. The first time I did, it was a Halloween episode, so it was a Halloween themed, um, 30 seconds to masterpiece. But anybody can do it. I mean, there's no fee or anything. You just if you want to participate, you do it as long as you feel like what you do fits the requirements, then it's open to everybody. I should start putting that out there, like advertising that more. You got the popular vote. LOL, no way you're going to win the popular. It's rigged. Melody, it's rigged. I should not win. No, I feel like I'm definitely not gonna win in the critics' choice, but if you say the popular, uh, you know, that's fine. It's the critics. I want the critics. I want them to accept me or accept my piece. I so it's only been 2 times. I always feel like I'm falling short on, whatever the whatever, they're looking for. It's like, "Gosh damn it, they're right, I know it." I look at my work and I'm like, "Oh, I did not meet the challenge." I did in certain ways, but I did not meet the challenge. I'm just being hard on myself. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I think it's just something fun to do for me. I was so disappointed at their response to your video. Yeah, a part of me was like died. A part of me died. I was like, oh well. Even though you put work into it, you put hard work into it, it doesn't mean it's always gonna, you know, be the thing that people notice. Yeah, part of you died too when they didn't. I'm actually glad you went first with my video. 'cause I'm like, I wanna see what they say. Oh, not about yours, but that's what I was thinking, Melody. I'm like, I feel like everybody, even your brother, like, utilized the AI in the way that I wanted to utilize the AI and wasn't able to, and I feel like using it to create the music was just, like, not enough to, uh, be that thing that, um, made my piece more a little bit more relevant in the sense that, they want what they wanted to see with how people used AI. Like, even the soundtrack, I thought I coulda did a little bit more work with, in that I had multiple, um, uh, like, pieces, and I coulda chopped those up to make it even more, I don't know, artistic, but I just went with a straight track that I entered in prompts, and it spat me out this particular track, and I was like, "I'll just overlay it onto my video," and that to me, even even before all the judging and when I turned it in, I knew it was kind of a, like, the easy way out, but, I'm still proud of it. I thought the soundtrack fit very well with my video when I put it together. I tried all the other ones that I had run, and none of them seemed to work as well as that one, so but yeah, I was like, "Oh, I could take all these tracks, chop them up in, um, GarageBand and just have something even more, like, original," but didn't have time for that. I think I think that this is gonna be, like, a recurring theme with me if I continue to do more of these, is that I will never have enough time to finish what I envision, and so I have to accept whatever I have within the time limit. The music was enough, though. I should have explained to the judges better. I just let the critics interpret the use of AI the way they wanted to, and you had an excellent solution. Oh, thank you, Dondrell. I appreciate that. Yeah, I put a lot of just animating it was so much work, and that's what I just wanted to finish all the animations, all the cuts, and then just kinda organize them into something that made sense, and, like, the rest of it, me wanting to bring it into AI and seeing what AI would do to it, just I just didn't have the time to figure out the app well enough to be able to do that. Because yeah, I can do the static images and throw in some prompts, but I don't know how to utilize bringing in my own material and having AI manipulate my material. All right, Melody, have a good night. I'll see you soon. He got the clarity D. The clarity. Got the clarity. All right, what we need to do our rocks. We gotta get the rocks in here. Clarity. Yeah. I was gonna say that on Don Drill's stream, but I was like, I'm always trying to be clever. I'm always trying to be witty. I'm like, I'm only I'm only funny on the internet. My wife will never laughs at any of the things that I, say. She just gives me the look. So I gotta get that from my internet fam. I don't see how Melody paints perfectly, my brain doesn't do that. I'm assuming that's a lot of practice on her end, and probably painting from a very, very young age. Because the more you do, the more you, understand. It's almost like transcribing something you hear onto a page, but it's not as easy with the visuals because you can be transcribing so much. It's all I don't know if arbitrary is the correct word, but you're basically trying to capture what you see, but that's all filtered through your own experience. So whatever you see is you're seeing it's seen through a filter because everybody's going to see differently. So that's why whatever somebody's looking at when it goes down in paint or on paper might not look what other people see, but that's what that person sees, even if it's not realistic or it becomes more abstract. So are they gonna eat the wieners or what? I mean, I don't think Rocky's gonna share. I mean, he's got 2 wieners. I don't think he's gonna share. It's all Rocky's wieners. Yeah, he's salivating. Yeah, I'm hoping, you know what? I might put a little bit more in there, but I hope they keep that in there. And why I put that in there, because I know I haven't. You guys have been seeing me slowly put together the spreads, but just from those, you kind of get a sense of who Rocky is. He just seems kind of like this goofball guy, but whose like only focus is having fun and eating food. So I hope they keep that in there. They might think, oh, it might be too gross, but like kids love gross, right? Kids love the grossness of life. It's fun. But yeah, he's solely focused on those hot dogs. Uh, I think Bo might be trying to get his attention, or he's just got his paw out to warm up. But he's looking at Rocky, and Rocky's looking at those hot dogs. He's like, I can't wait till these hot dogs are done." Hopefully, there's more hot dogs so that Bo can have at least 1 hot dog. But yeah, where's our rock color? We need some rocks. Um, Maybe do like a green because warmer, kind of cool color. Green is kind of a warm, cool color. And then we'll do this. Get your bread back, D. You'll get there. Wait. Eat the dogs with some bread. So, Dondrell, are you inspired by other artists that paint in that manner? Do you want to, would you want to eventually paint like those artists? Or I don't know, is there a third option? There's always other options. Just curious. Just curious. I feel like people just create how they want to create. Like, um, and if you want to do just like with Emmett, like I feel like Emmett wants to paint like the masters, but anytime I try to talk with him about it, it's like he wants to paint like the masters, but he doesn't want to put in the work to be able to paint like that. And maybe that's not his goal. Yes, I don't want to paint like that. It's beautiful to you though. Yeah. I mean, just appreciating it is probably fulfilling whatever you want to get out of it. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It can be freeing in a way, but there's definitely you're working within limitation, and maybe for some that's what they seek. They seek the limitation. Why am I man, I can't even see the rest of this, so I gotta go like this. Or some people they want the challenge. They wanna be able to say, "I climbed this mountain. I made it to the peak. Not everybody can do this." But then, I guess if it's done right, it has life to it, but if not, then it doesn't seem like that. Like, with your work, that's that's straight out of you. That's coming through you. There's life there. Like, even if people don't wanna see it, I think that's what draws people to you and your work because they see there's life there. It's not something dead. They're not like they didn't dig up a mummy and they're like, "Oh, I can appreciate this because it's used to be life." Maybe some people are like, wait, what's the word? Uh, morbid. Maybe, they just like morbidity, but most people are drawn to life, and so that's what, you know, if the work doesn't radiate that, then people aren't going to be drawn to that. And I think I shouldn't say I think it's funny, but I think it's interesting those artists out there that either can't recognize or don't want to recognize that their art is doesn't exude that sense of life, and then they get all embittered that nobody wants their art. They don't they don't wanna buy their art. People might appreciate what you do and tell you like, "Oh, it's good," or whatever, but you know, it's a different type of person that will spend money on art. And I think it's funny also, people that see these dead artists work, and you have to remember it's their work. They're not getting this money. When this stuff goes to auction, those artists, yeah, they can attach the money value to their name, but those people aren't getting that money. The artist isn't getting that money. They're dead. Maybe if they're fortunate enough to be alive, they're not getting that money unless that they're specifically auctioning off that work like through a gallery or something, through one of those auction houses, they might get that money. But like, these prices that people are seeing, these works are attaining millions and millions of dollars. Like, those artists aren't getting that money, so it doesn't really mean anything. And why should artists be all upset that this work from this dead artist made this much money? I mean, yeah, it could be seen as vulgar, but like, I'm not rich. I don't, I didn't spend my whole entire life working towards generating masses amount of wealth. So I don't know what it's like to have that amount of money to say bid on some work of art that, people revere. So how can I criticize like some dead artist's work getting millions of dollars at an auction? It doesn't mean anything. People get upset. It only means something because it upsets them that it's so vulgar that, all that money could have gone to something else besides a work of art. But who's to say what somebody does with their money? Like, in reality, if you had all that money and you know how human beings are, would you just be giving away your money for free to people? If they lined up at your door and they were asking for money, would you give away your money? Or would you feel obligated to help humanity in some way, shape, or form with that money? Like, I don't know. I'm on I'm on the fence with that. Like, people getting upset over somebody, some Japanese guy spending, I don't know how much it was, hundreds of millions of dollars for a Basquiat painting. Like, that's what that dude wanted. He had the money to do it. He could have bought, he could have fed I don't know, the entire planet with that much amount of money. Like, but is it his obligation to do that? Yeah, he might not, in people's eyes, he might look like an awful person because he's not trying to help humanity. But who said that these rich people should be helping people? Like, if you aren't trying to get up off your own laurels and make something, because I don't think people understand. It might be easy to make money, but it's not easy to make money, that much money. If it were, everybody would be doing it. And people try to scam people out of their money, their hard-earned money, to get that kind of wealth. So, I don't know. Good morning, Ralphie. Welcome, Ralphie. Good morning. I don't know if you've had your breakfast yet, but I might have to wrap up here to heat up late lunch at 4:28 p.m. 'Cause I've been yipping and yapping instead of drawing. Should be doing my art. Uh, Paste, right? Yeah, but, I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, it really is subjective. Um, oh, I didn't see this. Let's see. $100 trillion? Or wait, is that $100 billion? I'm I I'm just so far ahead when people start talking about trillions, and I don't know what's the next. Step Up Gillians. Uh, let's see. He said really liked the art and wanted to showcase it around the world to show what was created. You're upset, Kate? Still making my breakfast. Boss Omizu just finished my sketch of a portrait I did at dawn. Wait, at dawn or of dawn? Kate, why are you upset? And Dondrell, you said, yes, I greatly appreciate viewing works of Kush. I think you meant, it looks like you were amending that to such. Is this like is this like a particular artist? Are they a graffiti artist? Oh, are you talking about somebody that wanted to show your work? That's dope. That's what you meant. Woke up at 3 a.m. Philippine time and did a sketch of my old drawings, which I want to recreate. He said, "No, I don't know what you're referring to. No, not your work." The Asian guy who bought. Oh, yeah. He said he really liked art, wanted to showcase it around the world to show what to show it around the world to show what was created. Yeah, he's I mean, he's helping the artists out, keeping the artist's name out there. He likes it that much. Yeah. I don't think he would have spent that much money if he didn't like it. That to me though is just I can't fathom that because I don't have that kind of money. But like me just like even just buying your painting, like, okay, I have a little bit. I'm not rich. I don't always buy I'm not always buying artwork. Like I'm very it's sad to say, but I'm very conservative with my money. But when I see something I want, and if I have it, even if it means like, okay, this might have to tighten the belt a little bit for until the next check, uh, you know, I'll get it. So I kind of put into using that experience, put his purchasing Basquiat's work for that much amount of money into perspective for myself. Like, because a lot of people really do like his work, like, and they might also attach the mythology of him to that. Um, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but like the mythology to with that work because there's so much mythology, we don't know what's truth and what's just, made up because it's like a game of telephone. Like everybody has their who were who knew him, who had some kind of interaction with him, may reveal their story of him, their based on their experience with him, but that story may clash with other stories or when people are repeating those stories that they heard from this particular person, it kind of changes or becomes something else because of, you know, how they are able to tell that story, how well they or not well they're able to tell that story. But like, you know, that's just kind of what I think artists will always have to deal with, especially when they pass and all that's left is their work and the stories that the people who survived them have. And to keep that person's memory relevant means having to get those stories out there, and you have to package that. That has to be packaged, and it has to be packaged well to sell or to keep people interested, to want to keep the legacy going. Ralphie says, "Oh Jesus." Is it too much, Ralphie? Not sure why that whole thing is selected, but let's or I might just be talking out my a hole. Copy, paste, copy, and paste. I think we need these ones too. Oh. No, undo that. Undo. We didn't even have, whoops. Shoes. Come on. Redo. Oh, no, there goes that. Good thing it was easy to capture. Okay, now we need to make sure we're on the right layer to capture the stuff on that layer. There we go. Now, we just merge all that down, merge. We can turn that up. There we go. Now we got our rocks. Oh, oh, the flames should be in front of those rocks. No, they're not. The flames need to, oh man, we didn't even think about that. Got to use a color mode. We're gonna lose that cool red color though. Wait, color? Oh yeah. Mhm. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna go normal on the rocks. The rocks are the thing that need to change. Something like that. Darken or multiply, color burn, linear burn, lighten, screen, color dodge, like certainly maybe lighter colored, overlay, soft colored, vivid. Hey, random, how are you doing today? Boss Amizu, the story got you emotional, so I was looking at my sketch of Jesus, which I did at dawn. Which story? Sorry. I don't know if you're talking about the story I was talking about or what you were talking about. Kate is back fast. Kate, you disappeared on us. Difference, exclusion. Hold on, difference or exclusion? Difference, subtract, divide, hue. Nope, hue's not it. Color, luminosity. Might have to be difference. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. How are you doing today, random? It's good to see you in chat. Thank you for dropping by. About the artists. Oh, are you talking about Jean Michel? Somehow. I think I need more flames. We need more flames because um, um, do. Orange. Orange. Going with orange. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're getting some bleed here. Random says, doing okay. Good to hear. What's going on with you tonight? Doing any drawing or just chilling? Hey guys, yeah, go check out Random's channel, Random Oddities. Random does traditional pen drawings, ink and pen drawings, and also digital artwork. So if you're not already following Random, go check him out. Random usually goes live, does lives, and posts. Usually posts like shorts, I think. Yeah. Also, guys, check out Ralphie's channel. Ralphie's been doing some pretty cool color pencil, pastel, and I don't know. Do you use pens, Ralphie? I want to say just like pastels and uh, uh, color pencils and pencils. Okay, this actually needs to go in front. There we go. Might just chill, but we'll see. Every time I think I won't draw, I end up streaming anyways, some shorts, but mostly lives these days. Yeah, that's why I figured. I don't I'm in like not doing too many shorts. I mean, if they're clips from the lives, maybe depends on what it is, but I don't know. Anytime I've tried to do like make a short, it just never seems to pan out very well. Doesn't mean I guess it doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to do some. Okay, let's see. Does this get a blend mode or I'm not sure if that was doing anything. Linear dodge. I don't like that linear dodge, but my line drawing is making it look a little weird. So it's like hard light, favorite light, linear light, boom light, hard mix, difference. Nope. No. Nope, too dark. Nope, that's looking a little weird. That's looking too ghostly. Is it darker color? Which one was it? Maybe. I'll keep it on linear dodge for now. I'm not sure if that's one I want to keep it on. Especially when these line drawings. Um, this should be. Oh, no, no, no. Undo that. We want this. A hue, brightness, contrast. Hue, brightness, contrast. and colorize. Nope, that's gotta go. Nope, nope, nope. That's gotta undo. There, do this outline. So light, saturation, hue. Well, something like that. I don't know. You can always take that off. Ooh, okay. Color burn or linear burn. The color burn, overlay, hard, vivid, linear, permanence, difference, subtract. Um, would it be that light in the center? Hmm. Let's just keep it on divide, something like that. Might just chill. The art challenge shorts are fun and sometimes go mini viral, but after doing a few, it just looks like I'm desperate. LOL. Yeah, do it when you I don't know, if once a week or once every 2 weeks. I put a lot of stuff on private, so I need to get to creating again soon. I've been thinking about that myself, like curating, because I have so many videos, like maybe starting to curate my stuff a little bit. Rolling out to hunt down a square frame for art, a holler back sensei. Thank you, Dondrell, for stopping by. That's why I was wondering what that uh um uh the gi was for. I didn't realize that was the sensei emoji. Take care, Dondrell. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful night. Good luck on getting that frame. I'm sure you don't need any luck. You seem to find the things seem to find you. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, be safe out there, man. Uh, I don't know if it's gotten dark yet for you, but it's starting to change for us, getting that dusky look. But oh man, I don't want to wrap it up, but I know I should because we haven't eaten yet, and I'm surprised my wife hasn't messaged me. But I think we got a decent start. We, I'll have to play with that fire a little bit, but as long as it kind of gives them an idea, I think that's good. Um, our next step is I want to put some grass in there in the background a little bit. Fix the placement of this tent because I really don't think the tent's it's just not being seen. It's almost like but once I start going over the hot dogs and stuff, it just gets lost in the hot dogs. I might have to redo this tent. Um, it's just it's lost behind bow. I know they wanted the tent in there. Maybe if I made it smaller, more in the background, something like that. Maybe it's still light outside where you're at. Yeah, it's starting to get a little darker here. We should be about the same time zone though. Um, yeah, it's turning that duskiness though. I think maybe we need to distort this a little bit. Oops. There we go. I'm like, why am I not getting the full screen? But yeah, I'll fix the tent. Maybe the tent needs to come out. I don't know. There needs to be probably some bushes, maybe some uh bushes or shrubs or smaller trees in the background. Figure out, I don't know, some like light glinting off the water surface, canoe and the grass. And I think it might be I'll just whatever I kind of loosely get in there, I think I'll send to the publisher to see if they're okay with it. And if they are, I can finalize the rest of it because Rocky needs to get this needs to get paired back um, for the lighting. We're good on, I think we're good on bow. I do need to redraw the outline for bow because I used a different brush. And I need to clean up the lines for Rocky, but I'm gonna wait to do that until they approve. Kind of this being what they want for the cover art. And oh yeah, I got to put Rocky on a log. He's sitting on a log. I might have to. Uh, so much to change. Lost in hot dogs. Yeah, taking a page out of your book there, random with the hot dogs. Lost in hot dogs. But yeah, thanks guys for joining. I think I'm gonna sign off here. Maybe I'll be back on later, but if not, I'll definitely be back on tomorrow evening to keep on working this cover. Actually, I might, you know what? I might just send what I have right now to the publisher, but I don't want them to reject something just because it was not more finished. But yeah, take care, Random. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm just rambling about my thoughts, but I just want to go through and thank everybody. Let's see that came through today. So let's start with Pre. Thank you, Pre. Preschool 3 illustrations. Go check out Pre's channel. Definitely like and subscribe. Um, Florentina Crawford, thank you for joining. I think that was the first uh, a, a new person in chat I haven't seen before. Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina Suburban Garden, for joining us. It's always good to see you in the chat. And we had Jadson Gabriel. Oh, I miss them. I think first time in the chat. Thank you, Jadson Gabriel. Windy City, thank you, Wendy, for joining us. And, Melody Provenzano, thank you for joining us. I know a lot of these people are no longer in stream, but that's fine. We're shouting them out. And guys, go check out Melody Provenzano's channel at Melody Prov. And remember Sunday, and I'll keep reminding people this Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, the final uh, winner reveal for the 30 Seconds to Masterpiece round four. And do. Is it Kate? Kate. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Dondrell Lee. Artistry. Rocky and Bo eat weenies. Guys, go check out Dondrell Lee Artistry's channel. Dondrell is so awesome. So much, very inspirational. Such an inspiration to should be to us artists. Um, anybody else? Besides random oddities, guys, go check out Random's channel at Random Oddities. I think that was it. All right. Thank you, Kate. Kate, you came in third. How did you come in third, Kate? Is that because you left and came back? Well, you made it to the podium, Kate. You made number three top fan list. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know if it tells me at the end of the stream who the top three. Well, let's see. Pre made top, Melody number two, and Kate, you made the podium. So those are our top fan chats today. If anybody cares. If anybody cares. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the recent subs. Some people have been quietly subbing. We're getting there. We're inching our way slowly to that 500 mark, which really it's cool to see the numbers go up, but like, and I appreciate it. I just hope you guys get something out of it. That's all that matters to me is that, somebody somewhere is getting something uh positive out of this and it's not just, a drain, but it is what it is. And I appreciate all the likes today, guys. I haven't refreshed it, so I don't know how many likes. But it's cool that you guys come, hang out with me, hang in the chat, whether you're watching or like lurking or chatting. I appreciate it. Of course, you guys get me up past my uh average in likes today. I appreciate that. We'll see. All right, guys. If I'm back tonight, that's awesome. If not, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night when I go live. Probably 5-ish, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So about this time. So 12 hours from now, wherever you're at in the world. Thank you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day or evening. And until next time. Rocky and Bo says, "Go get some wieners." Take care, Ralphie. Oh, did I not? Did I forget Ralphie? Guys, go check out Ralphie. I think I forgot to shout you out, Ralphie. Anyways, thank you again, Ralphie, Kate, Random, Pre, Dondrell, Melody, Wendy, and some of the new people that dropped by to say hi and chat. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a have a good day, and I'll catch you again soon, hopefully. Peace.